Customer loyalty. You hear the term all the time, but what does it really mean to build it? It's not about gimmicks or discounts, it's the absolute foundation of a lasting business. We're going to dive into a really powerful framework for thinking about and creating that loyalty based on the work of Professor Alexander Chernev.
So let's start with a question that keeps a lot of business leaders up at night. You've got a fantastic product. The market research says people love it. Your launch is all set, and then nothing. It just doesn't get the traction you expected. What's going on? Well, the answer usually comes down to this powerful, almost invisible force that too many people underestimate.
Let me paint you a picture. Think about something as simple as toothpaste. A new brand comes out, and in blind tests, people say it's great, tastes better, whitens better, you name it. But when those same people are in the store, they walk right past it and grab the same tube of Colgate or Crest they've been buying for a decade. It's not a rational choice against the new product, it's an emotional, habitual choice for the old one. That is the wall of loyalty, and it is incredibly difficult to break through.
So, if loyalty is such a powerful barrier, the next logical question is, how do we build it for ourselves? The first step is to completely reframe how we think about it. It isn't a trap a company sets for a customer. Real sustainable loyalty is a two-way street. It has to create tremendous value for both the business and the customer. For the company, the benefits are pretty clear, right? They hit the bottom line. It is always cheaper to keep a customer than to find a new one. And your most loyal customers become your most passionate salespeople. But here's where it gets really interesting. The value for the customer. Loyalty makes their life easier. It cuts through the noise and simplifies decisions. And in the most powerful cases, the brands they choose actually become a part of how they see themselves.
Now, if we're going to be strategic about building loyalty, we have to know what we're looking at. We have to diagnose it correctly. And that means learning to separate what a customer does, their actions, which we can see, from what they truly feel, their internal commitment, which we can't. Think of it like this. On one side, you have psychological loyalty. This is all about the customer's mind and heart. It's their preference, their affinity, the why behind their choice. And on the other side, you have behavioral loyalty. This is what shows up in your sales reports. It's the repurchase, the click, the visit, it's the what. One is a belief, the other is an action. You need both.
This is what deep psychological loyalty sounds like. This person isn't buying a machine to get from point A to point B. They're buying into an identity. A competitor could come along with a bike that's faster, cheaper, more reliable, and it just wouldn't matter because it's not a Harley.
Now, contrast that with this. This person is behaviorally loyal. They use the service over and over. But listen to the words, convenient and right now. There's no heart in it. This loyalty is a mile wide and an inch deep. The second a better, cheaper, or more convenient option shows up, this customer is gone without a second thought.
And that's the whole ballgame, really. For loyalty to be a real, durable asset for your business, you have to have both. The psychological attachment is the anchor. It's what turns a simple transaction into a relationship. Behavior without that deep-seated belief is just a house of cards, waiting for the slightest breeze to knock it over.
Okay, so if loyalty is so valuable for everybody, why is it so rare? Why do customers leave, even when they seem happy? Well, it's because there are these constant, powerful forces working to pull your customers away from you. Let's break down the three big ones. First, the most obvious one, your offering can decline. Maybe you changed something, maybe your quality slipped, or maybe a competitor just came out with something much better. Second, the customer changes. Their life isn't static. They get a new job, they start a family, their priorities shift, and suddenly what they needed from you, they now need from someone else. And third, and this one is tricky, is just plain old human nature. We love variety.
This third barrier, this desire for variety, is so powerful. Let's take this simple yogurt example. Imagine this chart shows your preferences. Strawberry is your hands-down favorite. You love it. 60% of the time, you'd pick strawberry. But you don't only buy strawberry, do you? Of course not. You buy the others just to try something new, or maybe you worry you're missing out on a flavor you'd like even more. That curiosity, that fear of missing out, is constantly at war with your loyalty, even to your favorite things.
All right, so we've diagnosed the different types of loyalty, and we've identified the enemies working against it. Now we get to the good part, the solution. We can move from being reactive to being proactive using a clear, strategic framework for building loyalty. There are 4 distinct paths you can follow.
These 4 paths tap into 4 core aspects of being human. You can think of them as winning over the customer's mind, their heart, their sense of self, or simply guiding their hand. Knowing which path your business is on,
or which path it should be on, is absolutely crucial.
First up is functional loyalty. This is all about the mind. It's rational. It's logical. It's built on having a product or service that is demonstrably superior in performance, quality, or price. The customer's justification is simple and powerful. I use this because it's the best.
Next, we move from the head to the heart. This is emotional loyalty. This has nothing to do with the spec sheet. This is about creating a positive feeling, an affective connection. The customer uses your product because engaging with your brand just makes them feel good. It brings them joy.
The third path is the deepest and most powerful of all, identity loyalty. This connects directly to their sense of self. This happens when your brand becomes a symbol, a way for the customer to express who they are and what they believe in. It's no longer about what the product does, it's about what it says about them. The justification is, I use this because it is me.
And finally, we have behavioral loyalty. This connects to the hand. This is the loyalty of habit, of routine. It's for those low-involvement decisions where the goal is simply to become the easy, automatic, default choice, the thing the customer reaches for without even thinking. Their reason? I use this because it's what I always do.
So this framework leaves us with a critical, strategic question that you need to ask about your own business. Which of these 4 paths are you on? Are you trying to win with the mind, the heart, the self, or the hand? And maybe more importantly, is it the right path for you? Answering that question with clarity is the single most important step you can take toward building a more resilient business with a truly loyal customer base that will stick with you for the long haul.